You're talking about nerves, you're talking about this being the match that everyone's going to watch, Rika. We want a perfect match from Team India, but tell us about the weather, tell us about the pitch to start with.
Well, Vedika, it's already very, very hot. When we have the match in the evening, it is going to be in mid-20s or 30s. There's going to be breeze. For the last 2 days, there have been breeze in Wankhede Stadium. So the team that's going to be bowling around that time will have assistance. The seamers will have assistance. As so far as the pitch is concerned, yesterday we saw a tinge of green on the pitch. It is a typical batting Wankhede deck. Lots of runs on offer. The curator says that the team batting first should look to score 200 plus runs. And the team that wins the toss tonight will perhaps be looking to bowl first so that they are able to chase down whatever target that they are given, because there's going to be heavy dew at the back end.
We will discuss a bit more about the chances of both the teams heading into this semi-final and their journey to this semi-final with Atul. But before that, we are also getting to know that India's first World Cup winning captain Kapil Dev has spoken to NDTV. Let's see what he has to say when it comes to this big clash between India and England tonight.
हमारी टीम को आपने लास्ट टाइम संजू सैमसन को भी आपने खेलते देखा, जहां हम पहुंचे हैं। एक तो आखिरी 4 टीमों के बीच अब कैसा मैच देखते हैं, इंडियन टीम से कैसा देखते हैं, संजू सैमसन या बाकी किससे आप एक्सपेक्ट?
देखिए, सबसे आप एक प्लेयर के ऊपर मत
नहीं डिपेंड कर सकते,
क्योंकि संजू सैमसन इतना बेहतर नहीं खेला पहले 2 मैचेस में, अब आके खेले तो आप पूरी टीम के ऊपर निर्भर करते हैं। एक प्लेयर के ऊपर प्लीज कभी भी डिपेंड मत करो, तो एक प्लेयर के ऊपर डिपेंड करोगे हारने के चांसेस बढ़ जाते हैं। तो मैं चाहूँगा कि एक टीम जो गेम होती है वो सबके ऊपर डिपेंड करें, और उम्मीद करते हैं कि ये वर्ल्ड कप सबसे ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है कि टॉप 4 में आना, और उसके बाद अब स्ट्रोक ऑफ लक भी चाहिए, थॉट प्रोसेस भी चाहिए, सब कुछ। अब समय है कि हाँ, हम वर्ल्ड कप जीतने के करीब आ गए।
हम ज्योतिषी के हिसाब से तो नहीं, लेकिन गेम के हिसाब से सर, कि कैसे आप देखते हैं? आपको लगता है स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट टीम है टीम इंडिया? और देखिए,
स्ट्रॉन्ग टीम भी हारी है ना, तो इसलिए नहीं। ये खेल इतना खूबसूरत है T20, जो टीम 6ठी टीम है वो भी चैंपियन को नेक्स्ट डे हरा सकती है। तो इसलिए हमें ये देखना चाहिए कि वो किस तरह उस दिन हम खेलते हैं। अब इतना पास आके थोड़ा सा कॉन्सेंट्रेशन, थॉट प्रोसेस, क्लैरिटी बेहतर होनी चाहिए। उम्मीद करते हैं, क्रॉस माय फिंगर, प्लेयर ना करें क्रॉस फिंगर, हम क्रॉस करते हैं कि शायद आने वाला समय इंडियन टीम के लिए और भी बेहतर होगा।
एक ब्लेसिंग्स दे दे सर टीम इंडिया को, और लक बोल दे तो
ब्लेसिंग की देने की जरूरत है हमारे साथ हिंदुस्तान टीम,
आपकी जरूरत है।
हम तो हमेशा चाहेंगे गुड लक टू माय टीम, इंडियन टीम, गुड लक टू एवरीबॉडी, टू माय टीम, ऑल द बेस्ट एंड विन द कप।
Kapil Paji there saying that India has come very close to now once again claiming the trophy. Let's all keep our fingers crossed. But Atul, let's talk about the Wankhede as venue tonight. You know, this is the same ground where England faced formidable challenge from Nepal, finally managing to win that match only by 4 runs. Then at Wankhede only, they lost to West Indies. And in both the times, it was the team batting first that claimed the match. What sort of indication does it throw at us before we head into the semi-final?
Well, I think I will still go and bowl first and chase down, because I've still got those memories when India lost to West Indies, even after scoring, I think, 226 runs. So I think Rika has just mentioned, I have played in Bombay a lot in these conditions, the drastic drop in temperature from day to evening, and the gentle breeze, because the Wankhede Stadium is so close to the sea that, that breeze, also the dew, makes batting so easy, and England are spin heavy. I mean, they've got Jofra Archer, but they've got the 3 best spinners. I think Will Jacks has done a fantastic job. They've got Dawson, they've got Rashid. So I think to neutralize that, and India's the calling card is the dominance when they're batting first. India has so far played the perfect game, and Harry Brooks said that, and Rika mentioned that they've not played a perfect match. But any match you win, even on the last ball, even by 1 run, is a perfect match for me. So I think just go there. What you've done so far, just hold on to your thought process. Don't change. You never change ships mid-journey.
Atul, do stay with me. Boria Mazumdar also joining us live at this point. Welcome, Boria, to Breaking Ground and this special coverage here. Boria, both the teams have had their fair share of ups and downs heading into the semi-finals of this World Cup. Which one would you say is going to start as favourites?
Yeah, both teams have indeed had their share of ups and downs, and that's what is expected in a World Cup. Now think about South Africa. South Africa did not have any doubt. They were only on the up and up and up. And what happened in the semi-final? They missed out on one game, one relatively bad game, because the batting did not click. At the Eden Gardens, you get to 200, you're in business. That did not happen, and New Zealand chased it down easily. So that's what happens in a tournament like this if you don't have a downer. It's always good to have one hiccup. England, again, in that sense, have not had that kind of a hiccup really in the Super 8 stage. India wouldn't mind this. India wouldn't mind this at all going into the competition, going into this semi-final. That one match against South Africa was a bit of an aberration. I think India is well and truly ready, and I have absolutely no problems in saying that one defeat against South Africa could have just been what India needed to know that they cannot afford any further slip-ups.
It seems that we have, as a team, moved on from that loss against South Africa in the Super 8 stages. But what about Abhishek Sharma? Do you think his lack of runs is a problem for Team India? And do you reckon there could be any changes at this stage in the playing 11 with perhaps, Sanju and Ishan opening the batting?
A lot of talk about Abhishek Sharma's lack of runs, and it's a fair thing. If you take the last game against the West Indies, the thing that happened, according to me, were the 2 drop catches. The moment the first one went up, which was a dolly, it was a sitter, Abhishek Sharma came under the ball. 99 times out of 100, he would take that, but that particular day, he dropped that. And the moment you drop a catch like that, and why would he drop it? R. Sridhar made an interesting point that maybe the ball stayed a tad more. Maybe at that point in time, he had some other thing in his mind. Maybe that the pressure was felt. But the moment he dropped that, things spiraled out. The second catch, he was hesitating whether to go for the ball or not go and save the runs. Now, that could have resulted in a cluttered mind. To answer the question, if I'm worried about Abhishek Sharma's lack of runs, no, I'm not. Because, in that match against Zimbabwe, he got a 50. Again, in the West Indies game, he got those 2 boundaries. I think at the Wankhede, where he's got some good memories, he scored 100 against England last year. I don't think there is any reason for him not to soak in the pressure. Pressure is privilege. You've got to want to be there. You've got to want to belong there. You've got to embrace it. You've got to be a part of that. That's what is important for Abhishek Sharma to do. So in sum, I am not worried about Abhishek Sharma's lack of runs. But at the same time, I do believe that today is the day when he has to step up and score.
All right, we're going to keep this very quick right now also, Preeti, because we're running out of time. Atul, this England's batting lineup can attack from the word go. So who are the Indian bowlers we should watch out for from the Indian side?
Well, the English bowlers, I think you're asking about, and I think Jofra Archer and
no, I'm talking about the Indian bowlers. Given that England's attack,
Indian bowlers, we've got one bank in our team. We've got one genius. Bumrah's 4 overs are my bank. And I'm just hoping Varun Chakravarti to come into his own self, because he has been under par. And in spite of being under par, we still managed to go overall. Akshar Patel's dropping in the match against South Africa was baffling. But I think they made amends. He's back. So I think the experience will count for a lot of things. Here, it's not going to spin much, but your temperament, how many matches you played, is going to be very important, because in the crucial, when people are going for you and the ball is not doing much, coming nicely onto the bat, there's a tinge of grass, I've been told. So that makes that this not going to be a turner, but any bowler, any spinner especially, who has got the guile of changing the length will succeed.
Rika, quick question with you as well. When we talk about the English all-rounder Will Jacks, he's having a tournament of a lifetime, really, having already bagged 4 Player of the Match awards in single edition. Do you think he's going to be key for England tonight if they have to win this one?
Preeti, everyone is talking about Will Jacks, and yes, he wants to pick up that 5th Player of the Match award. But for me, the player to watch out for will be Captain Harry Brooks. And India really has to play a very, very bad match to be able to lose against England tonight. For me, the key is taking out Harry Brooks.
Well, yeah, that's interesting. Harry Brooks, the captain of the English team, of course, will be doing something special tonight if he has to make this one count for his team. Vedika, I believe we can perhaps take in one more question here with Atul. Atul, let's now just try to make sense of this clash between the 2 imperfect teams who are finding themselves in the middle of a perfect clash tonight. Once again, I'm going to put you in the spot. Would you say that India have the upper hand?
Any team reaching semi-finals is perfect team. You don't call them imperfect. Just because India lost to South Africa, you made them imperfect. Otherwise, they played perfect game. But I think the scary part for me, I'll tell you, because I believe a lot in law of averages. Good players who've already been there, done it, got the T-shirt, will always not fail regularly in too many matches. And I think that gives me a worry that this could be the match for Joss Butler and Phil Salt to come to the party, and that is a worry for me.
To come to the party, we have to make it count because we are on way to claiming the title once again in India. If they win the finals, would be the first team to really defend their title. But quickly, Rika, when we talk about the build-up to the semi-final, are you already seeing crowds gathering around Wankhede? What can we expect in terms of the vibe at the stadium tonight, the energy, the atmosphere? I'm sure it's going to be electric.
It is going to be electric, Preeti. Well, the gates of Wankhede open at 4:30. So the fans have been intimated. So I don't see them turning up before 4:30. Tickets have all been sold. So even yesterday, normally what happens is the day before the match, you see a lot of floating fans trying to get tickets. But since, all tickets have been sold, I didn't really find many fans in and around the Wankhede Stadium a day before the match. So we are expecting the crowd to start trickling in to the stadium around 4:30. And as you mentioned rightly, it's going to be absolutely electric.
So, Atul,
let me say something here.
Yeah.
You ask about fans coming in Bombay. I tell you, if it was Calcutta, they would have been in the ground last night. Bombay people are more mature. They'll just come at the last minute.
I vouch for that, being a Calcutta girl, Atul. I completely vouch for that. I would have been sitting there the night before itself, and I would be waiting for the gates to open. But we have some breaking news coming in, which we will get to you after a short break. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this broadcast. Rika, we're rooting for you, and you're rooting for the team, like I said right at the top. Thank you for joining us.